Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Welcome, Blowhard Talkhard here with Julian and his crew as usual.
Reimer here in the house.
And Sabrina.
Welcome, my co-hosts, my buddies, my friends. I'm assuming everybody's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel healthy and alive.
Yeah.
Alive in this
Nice
pandemic.
day today. Nice day today, no?
Yeah, we had some sun.
People. I see a lot of people out there.
A lot of people were out. I think that it's as close as we're going to get to 10 degrees for a while.
I saw somebody in shorts and a t-shirt.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Those people are the dumb ones. But
You get a couple cold days and everybody thinks, hey, 10 degrees Celsius.
I thought we were
almost
supposed to
is
stay
toasty.
home, though.
Yes, I thought
We
so
are
as well.
supposed to stay home, but I guess the idea is that, you want to get outside and get some fresh air while you can, because we're
Well,
allowed to go outside.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
So that's the key. But
Vitamin D is important.
No, I know that's why they're doing it, but it's just kind of funny because they have this phase 2 is killing us with like number-wise.
The numbers are skyrocketing. It's nuts.
You know what what's that, exponential December? 6,000 a day.
That's what they're anticipating.
Yeah.
With our current
Is that
rate.
sick or what? Like, is that nuts?
It's literally sick.
Yeah, literally, figuratively and literally.
Like, what the fuck happened here? I thought we had this under control. Did you know in New York, in Central Park, they build a hospital, phase 1,
What?
spent like 30 million on it. Oh, after they got control a little bit in New York, a week later they dismantled it, knowing that there's wave 2's coming.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
And I remember it was true because we Googled it. So why the fuck would they do that?
You mean to tell me that they spent how many millions of dollars?
Oh, on the New York hospital
Yes.
in Central Park? 20, 30 mil.
And then they just dismantled it.
A week later, yeah.
They could have transitioned that into like temporary housing for the homeless. They
But-
could have done so many things with that instead of just ripping it apart.
But
That's
why wouldn't
so
you wait
wasteful.
a little bit until at least
That's
this
what I'm
COVID is
saying.
at
You
least-
can find something to use it for, even storage, while you're waiting for this
But
shit to hit.
a week later, they dismantled it. Not like 2 months later, 3 months. They dismantled. And now, look, again, we're back to the point where the numbers are going. Well, why would you do that? I don't
America's
get
a hot mess, period. I mean, it's not their political system, it's their whole social system at this moment, from their health care to just how they're managing. They're more concerned about the economy than they are about people. That's all I hear about in the news is, can we get people back to work? Everybody wants to work. Hurry up and get them to work. I hear some people saying they want to go to work.
it. Do they still get that check?
I don't know. I got a buddy in the U.S.
No.
who said he got one check.
They got $1,200 once.
Really?
Yes. There are some people that are eligible for unemployment, and they do get that. But on the whole, like most people that I'm friends with that still live there are either transitioning what they do for work so that they can do it digitally, or they're pivoting so that they can stay employed in a different vein, or they're going fucking flat broke. They're going into debt. Like, it's a hot
So where are they
mess.
printing trillions of dollars then? Where's
I
that
don't know
money
anything
going?
about
Printing
that.
machine, you can make all the money you
No,
want.
but where are they supposedly giving it to?
I don't know.
Yeah, they just got a good line
Canadian-
of credit.
Well, then Canada's doing well then, because they're giving actual money to people.
Supposedly our economy was doing well enough in the past that we can
We
do
saved
that.
up enough.
But at the same time, we're in debt. So, I mean, what is all that debt anyways other than imaginary money if you want to
Well,
get into the economics
I mean, it's
of
all
it.
fucking imaginary.
The bottom
Yeah.
line is if you lived in the States and had no check coming in once a month, like at least the Canadians do,
Okay,
it'd be a big deal.
usually. Now imagine living in the United States where they have the Affordable Health Care Act, which is tied into, your health care is tied into your work in many states.
Yes.
You've lost your job because of this.
Now you have
and
no
now you
health.
got no health care. And if you do get sick, in fact, or you go back to work on a temporary basis in some capacity and you do get ill and you do get sick, you're fucked financially. And then you have to, because you might not have enough hours banked and or have the health care if you were laid off, And that really sucks. Like, I do
And then
feel
that
it's
also
unfortunate.
affects if you're married and you have kids that are also dependent on your
Yeah.
insurance. It's not just you that's being affected;
No,
it's your
exactly.
entire family.
Funny thing, my buddy who had a heart attack, now he gave up on the Canadian system. He's only 50 years old. He has his own personal. There's a place. He pays $4,500 a year, and it's all doctors 24 hours a day call. You go there for your blood work. They do all your X-rays. Everything's done at this place. The doctors call you at. You can call them at 12 at night. I didn't know this place existed.
So this is like premium 24-hour.
It's special care for the rich people. Like, you pay how much, whatever, and he's paying $4,000.
Yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with that. I know a doctor.
I never
who
heard
works
about
that
that.
system.
Yeah, so
It is something it actually exists. It existed for a while. It was in the news like maybe in the last, I'm going to say 10, 15 years, because there was concerns about a two-tier healthcare system, one which would benefit the wealthy and not everybody else. But most wealthy people aren't using this. Most people are generally still using the system at large, the public health system.
because they don't want to, or they just don't. They think it's the same shit.
Possibly, but I don't have an answer to that part. But but there are people who. But it's great if you got the money you need. Let's say you have
Yeah.
some services and you got a lot of impatience and
It's always about the money.
it's always about the money.
A buddy of mine, we were talking yesterday. He goes that when he was younger, his dad paid for him to be part of a golf club, exclusive golf club. I go, how much was it? $80,000.
Yep.
And that's not. And then it was like every month for the bar bill and the tea times and all that. But $80,000 was just to be part of the golf club. Like I've
then
heard
they
of
probably
that
have-
before, but I was just like,
For a year?
for the year, just to be a member. You still got to pay to play. You just get more privileges, I guess.
Gotta be free drinks at that price.
No, you have a bar tab and everything. But the point is $80,000, like just to be part of that. Like you have to be. He goes in the parking lot. The lowest car is, I don't know, $100,000.
I used to know a girl that worked at a club in Michigan, where they had the PGA. It was $110,000 a year
To be a member.
To be a member, and there was one member at this golf course that drank Coke Zero. So every single place that sold beverages had to be stocked with Coke Zero because one person wanted it. That's the privilege that comes with wealth, right?
Yeah. And a lot of these people just join it just so they can say they're part of it.
And it's also connected to business a lot as well.
And that is too, for sure. You guys
It's a
can
write-off.
negotiate shit, whatever. But it's also to say, I'm part of that place.
Yeah.
They get a big boost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's absolutely got a lot of cachet, and then people want to play at that golf course.
Yeah.
So if you're able to bring somebody, it's not just meeting other people that are also members and doing business with them. It's meeting somebody that's not a member at the club and then saying, "Oh, look how I can impress you. I'll
That's right.
take you to whatever the fuck greens, and we'll have a great day." And then that's going to build a business relationship because you've got the wheels already greased by them being
Yeah.
able to play that course because I come from such a fucking golf family. It's stupid.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
wow.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
golf.
Do you-
You
do you
don't play, right? We went over this, I think.
I played when I was a kid, and I was pretty good, but I've got some moral issues with golf.
Well, the thing with golf is if you don't keep playing, you never become really good at it because it's a game that you got to keep going.
I played a few times and I never understood why you want to keep it in par, because if you do like a price per shot, like if you go to a golf course, $50 for the day,
Yeah.
might as well-
$50
might
for
as-
the day. Which place are you going?
This is in Calgary. Haven't played like
He's
a long
guessing,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
And you slap the ball around. You might as well get your money's worth and hit it like maybe 200-300 times.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Psychologically, that's down. It makes you go crazy and whip
You
your
just
whip your
cut
club
the
too.
entire fucking green.
And slam it all the way.
Oh my God, I love this.
You know when you hit the grass too hard and the grass comes up, the dirt, and then
Yeah.
there's the marshal that drives by because you're supposed to pack that back in.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
divot.
yeah.
Oh, it's a divot. Yes, it is. I forgot, But yeah, if you don't follow their rules, then fuck them anyways. I could imagine at an exclusive course.
Yeah, you gotta fucking stick the grass that you've dug up back into the lawn.
Golfing is...
This spring, let's go golfing if they're open for.
Fuck, I didn't go once this year, and I really missed it because I really enjoyed it. But where are you going to go? They had the one person per cart.
What?
And,
What?
Like if you went golfing this year, when it opened up again,
Yeah.
like I made a couple of calls, like unless the person lives with you, he can't sit with you. He can't be golf with you.
Guarantee people just lied.
So you have a golf entourage just like 12 carts if you go. with
Well,
the
if
bus.
you went with
A fucking
5 people, everybody had to
caravan.
go with by themselves. Yeah. Unless they live together. But anyways, that's enough of the COVID chat, I guess. Still the same place.
And golf. No more golf talk.
Yeah, I've had enough.
well,
I've had
that's
enough
a
of that.
summertime thing.
I'm golfed out.
You know what I was, we were telling,
Golf clap us out of this.
Golf clap.
I was telling Sabrina on the way here, we should talk about like sexual experiences, our first ones. And then I go, what do you be comfortable with that? She goes, I don't care. And I'm like, I got a lot of good stories about that. She goes, well, there's only one, isn't there? But I go, yeah, but mine have a little bit more like craziness to them. You're okay with that topic, Reimer?
Yeah.
That one girl that you slept with, is she okay with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to get
you
you
want
in
me to
trouble.
check in with her?
Yeah.
Let's text her and say, hey,
Hey.
I'm going to mention that thing that happened yesterday. All right, so who wants to go first?
You.
Yeah.
No. Mine are the best. I go last.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
With full confidence.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay, we don't have to say ages and stuff because that just makes everything like, like who's cool and who's not, like whatever.
Who's cool?
Well,
and
like the high
who's
school
not?
thing. Remember back then you would like say if you did it at 16, if you
I
didn't.
Right.
feel really sad for people that have sexual experiences at really young ages. It makes me really sad for them.
What's a young age? 16?
No, like 12, 13.
Well,
Yeah,
back then
I
we were
agree.
playing street hockey. I don't know about those kids.
Yeah,
but-
some kids are doing that for sure.
Yeah, I guess. What grade are you in?
Pardon?
What grade would you be in if you're that old?
I don't know. I was young for my grade. So I think yeah, around grade 6, 7.
Yeah, that's fucking way too early to be banging.
Yeah. I mean,
Like a girlfriend,
Yeah.
okay, but like not banging.
that's when you start to
Kiss,
like
you hold hands.
kiss and like do
Yeah.
like start. That's when you start rounding the bases. You don't fucking.
Yes.
Don't
Do
start
we
having
have
se-
anybody that was banging in grade 6? I don't think so.
My I
In
had
high
a
school, I'm thinking.
I had a boyfriend in high school who lost his virginity when he was like 12.
Wow.
I
To the babysitter?
no to like just an older girl
How
in
old?
high school. I think she was 16 and he was 12.
If she was
Yeah.
over 18, she'd be raping him.
But that's a
Yeah.
lifetime though. At like 12 and 16 is two different generations.
Exactly. I told
Totally.
a friend of mine, I go, when I was 19, just going to the bar, you're 23. You've already had 4 years in. So it's a big difference because I'm still a kid, right? Like when you're in grade 9, he's in grade 12. Like it's that 4 years. Then we catch up.
Yeah.
When you're 22 and he's 26, same shit after, right?
Right. How about 40?
Yeah, 40, then it doesn't make a difference after.
Right.
Yeah, the
But losing
older-
your virginity at 40, I think of a 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think people who what's that word when they don't want to bang?
The incel?
Asexual?
No.
Oh,
Celibate?
Yes.
celibate.
They choose not to sex.
Yeah,
to
people
have
that
sex.
choose not to have sex. Yeah.
Why is that? Is there a reason for this?
Everybody that does it has a different reason for doing it.
You know anybody that does it?
Some people are saving it for Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah, I've met people, man, that have not wanted. There was a girl I had a crush on. She had a
So
crush on
have
me.
you
She
ever
said-
had sex in a church?
She was like, there was going to be no dating until she knew
I'm
that
rolling my
she was
eyes.
with the one. She wanted to be with the one because in God's eyes it would be disappointing and it would disappoint her family as well.
But then she did anal. Because I heard a girl do
I-
that once, and she goes, I didn't give up the number 1, we'll call it,
Yeah.
but I would always give up number 2 because I'm not cheating.
Right.
So she would do anal. And I'm like, I guess that works.
Yeah, apparently that's a big Mormon thing.
Yeah,
Lot of
I know
anal.
I heard it somewhere. So
I think
it
it's
is
also
true.
Catholic as well.
I don't know, man.
don't know.
I just, not too many girls when I was young were doing anal. Like
I think that's how priests find the loophole in some cases. Ooh. Dark joke.
But the anal, that's funny. No, but I don't think even at high school back then, in grade 9, there was a couple of girls I could recall in my mind who were probably there, but not that many. Now there's got to be way more.
So, and also people
Yeah.
mature at different ages. You got to think about, like, there was a time, and not long ago, maybe our parents' age or our grandparents' age, people got married in their teens, man. You know, you're like 16, 17, you're getting married, you're starting to work on the farm, you know, you're doing that, you know, coming into the world kind of thing. Then you have when people used to have 10, 15 kids,
Yeah.
that shit started young. That started at 16.
Yeah, you got to get people to work that farm.
Yeah, nowadays.
Or they didn't believe in condoms.
But
Or-
half and
yeah.
half probably.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. When was your first? How can you remember it? I could remember mine perfectly.
You know what? I don't actually. This is my story. Is I don't actually remember the first as much as I remember the first attempt. I had this girlfriend. We'll call her Lisa.
Okay.
And it came. She had sex before I did, right? So I was a little bit nervous. We're the same. She's a grade ahead of me. I'm in like grade 9. She's in grade 10. She goes to a Catholic school, and at that age, you knew the Catholic girls were more likely to have sex than the girls in your own school. If you went to public school, that was just the rumor. It seemed to be a fact, at least in my story.
Sure.
So this girl Lisa, and we're hanging out. We date for like maybe about a month. We negotiate. Sex is going to happen. Be another couple of weeks before sex does happen. We'll have to wait till the parents are out of the house, and that's when I prepare to set the mood. All right.
Oh my God.
See, that's fucking romantic.
Yeah.
You got a plan for this shit.
It's taking
That's
a long
nice.
time. I'm talking about a fucking story here. You're
Oh,
talking
dude,
about
I'm telling you a story. But
I'm hearing a story.
Yeah, this is a story. Would you
All
just?
right,
I mean,
so
I
you
could
had
say, I
the
put it in, I pulled it out, and I was done.
We're setting the
That's
mood.
always the story, right?
Okay.
You know.
I can't even remember that part, but continue.
So I set the mood, right? I got the curtains. I've been practicing with the condom. I read the instructions.
You must be lying, man.
No,
No, but
Because-
but in fairness, you don't want to look like a loser that doesn't know how to put a condom on.
I don't want to be
in
fumbling
front
with
of
the condom
girl.
on when it comes time to that moment.
Girls
Of
were
like,
16 back then. They didn't know as much as we. They were.
I know I wasn't the only person to practice putting on a condom, for sure. I filled up a few of them, and I remember the drugstore being very apprehensive about selling condoms to people whom were not
I honestly
adults.
could say I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. So
So you're telling me you jerked off into a condom?
yeah, you've never jerked off into a condom?
I already said no.
It cleans it.
What?
Oh
a
yeah,
stupid
it's a great way to contain the mess, man. Especially when you're practicing and you're a teenager
Okay,
who has
so
an
you-
erection
Also,
every
the idea
every
that-
7 minutes.
Jerking off with a condom is also good because it supposedly desensitizes you a little bit, so that when you are actually having sex with a woman, it really intensifies how it feels.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
right.
So it's
Yeah.
like you jerk off with your left hand. It's like somebody else is doing it.
If
But again, it's like, do you feel like you can't do anything?
Yeah.
check the science.
What am
on
I
that
doing
one.
here? And that's how I felt.
Okay,
So,
good old Lisa,
So you
you're
made love
preparing
to
now.
Lisa. Go on.
no, but I put in this audio cassette, right? And at the time, it was like all that new
Jesus.
wave shit, like Divine and stuff like that. It was like a 90-minute audio cassette, 45 minutes aside. And then the making out happens. I flip the tape. Now the clothes are coming off. I flip the tape. Right now we're naked. Just underwear left to be removed. Flip the tape.
Jesus.
And now there's a little bit more foreplay. I swear it's like about 2 hours of foreplay.
Fucking
But
like-
what's great about this is I love when you have a sexual experience with somebody and you can measure the time based on something else. It's
Yes.
like I had to flip this tape that was 45 minutes aside 4 times. I
Four
gotta add that up.
times.
Jesus.
And then it comes time
Terrible
for the
story.
condom. It's like, okay, the moment of truth, right? So I'll go to get the condom, now naked, fucking an erection. I mean, I could cut glass with this thing.
I
And
never heard that expression, but okay.
it was hard, like a diamond.
Gotcha.
And then I go to reach for the condom, and the music stops at the same time.
Not the
Fuck.
soundtrack.
Man, no, not the soundtrack. It's totally fucking up the mood. And I'm like, now fumbling with the condom, and I get it, and all of a sudden, I have like shrinkage at that moment. Like the fear sets in, and like, where's my erection? Fuck. And it's like, oh, maybe I better get back to like, the foreplay, and that'll get it back. And I got a stock load of condoms. I'll just get back to this. And as soon as I flip over the audio cassette again and try to get in the mood, this song comes on by Divine. You think you're a man, but you're only a boy. You think you're a man, but you're only a toy. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it just like played in my head, and I just like could not have sex at that moment. It would be weeks before I had an
the song-
erection. I was so stressed.
So the song should have been "You're a Bitch."
Exactly. And this is, and I said these words. It's the first time I'd ever said these words, and I have said them only once since.
I'm a loser.
No, this has never happened to me before.
Oh
This has
my
never happened to me
God.
before. At 16
At 16,
or
my
whatever.
first
age you
sexual
were. I don't
experience.
even know.
And I remember when I finally did have an erection, I was like so excited. I ran over to her house and said, "Hey, listen."
Were you worried it was broken?
I do. I thought it was broken. I thought
Yeah.
this is it. It's broken for the rest of my
Yeah, I
life.
broke my dick.
Broke my dick.
I broke
no.
it once.
What?
Oh.
Not broke it, bruised it.
Yeah, you can
Ew.
bruise your dick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that wasn't from intercourse. That was from another act.
What? The fuck? Okay,
hold on.
I'm gonna need more
Fuck my
specifics
story.
on what another act means.
Yes.
Face fuck as hard as you can. Basically, if you got a trooper, she could take it, but eventually, it bruises if you go too hard.
Oh my.
It's a muscle. It's not a rock, as he said, diamond. Anyways, I'll get back to the.
You made it sound like it wasn't sexual. You were like, it wasn't intercourse. It was.
It was a sexual act, I said.
Oh God.
I thought about like maybe a vacuum
Yeah,
or
I
a,
thought
No.
like I thought maybe you
a
fell.
glory hole.
I'm a
went
fucking
wrong.
normal person, bro.
I don't know if normal is a word I would use.
I'm a normal person. But anyways, let me tell you my story.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my story. My story, listeners, is not detailed like his with the fucking LPs playing in the background and what did you call it? Sade, whatever.
All right, guys. All right, listeners. I'll tell you the story. He put it in. He pulled it out. It was done.
I don't even remember the actual sex part, but that's not the point.
Okay.
That's not the funny part.
Hit
I know
me.
it happened, but just because, like Reimer said too, she was a little bit older. She was 19. I think I was 16. I know I said I wasn't going to say numbers, but I guess they sort of play. Anyway, she lived above Pizza in my area. Doesn't matter, just whatever. So when we were kids, just hanging around, whatever, met her. Her name was Donna. Donna. So back then we didn't have cell phones or nothing, right? So I gave her my house line number. So she phones. And my dad answers. He's more miserable than I am on the phone. Hello? He goes, hello? She goes, yes, is Julian there? He goes, who's this? She goes, Donna. So then he starts yelling at me. Hey, some girl named Donuts on the phone.
Oh my God.
I go, what? I go, oh my, I started laughing. Anyways, so that was the first time. Can't really remember too much about the actual action because I used to get bombed a lot. But there was this girl one time, now again, same like first time, but a different girl. She was visiting from England, so she has that whole accent, very sexy, whatever. So we're in my basement, doing the quiet. All of a sudden, my dad comes down in his underwears. And he's like, just to see what's going on. And he's like, looks at me, whatever. He doesn't say fuck all. He just looks and just shakes his head and walks away. What does the girl tell me? She goes, your dad's better looking than you.
Oh,
I go,
my
what?
God.
I go, what? She goes, yeah, your dad's better. He's hotter than you are. And I'm like, you want to fuck my father? Like, what are you talking about here?
Maybe.
Like, so I remember that. Again, I don't remember how she looked, whatever. I just know she was like the accent. But I remember her saying, your dad's better looking than you. And I'm like, okay. Now what? Should I tell him to come down and double team you?
Oh my God. Would you do that?
With
Would
my
you?
father? Are you kidding? My father's he's old school, man.
I'm talking about that, like then, like at that age, not at his physical condition and age right now. Like, would you do that with your dad?
No, me and my dad never had that. We never drank a beer together. We never had a smoke together. No.
Wow.
Everything from him to me was just like shaking his head, you're a loser kind of thing. That's our relationship.
The only father-son story I've heard is Lemmy and his son. Apparently both had sex with the same woman.
Who's Lenny?
Who the fuck is
Lemmy? Motorhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they banged the same girl?
Yeah.
I'm sure that happens a lot now.
What?
I
Why the fuck? You guys both snap
Told you,
your
like,
heads to
you
look
know.
at me as
Well-
if I would personally know.
Well, I'm
What's the
saying-
question?
Like
People do
afterwards,
what?
Lenny is a singer of a band, but
Okay.
him and his, I don't know why he mentioned it, they both banged the same girl, father
is-
and son.
There's a father, because you mentioned father, having sex with the
Okay.
father.
But I'm sure that happens a lot now.
A lot is like a dramatic stretch. I'm sure that it has happened, but it's not a common thing. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I know a lot of guys my age who have kids who are 20 years old. They want to get them laid, but they're busy playing video games.
Wait, what?
They want to get them laid. Like they're like, hey man, get out of the house. Like go meet somebody. Like instead of playing video games all
Right.
day. And that's what he sees. So he'd want to set up his kid.
Is it true that millennials are having less sex?
They're having a lot of online shit, whatever that is.
What do you mean online
Like
shit?
masturbate, I guess. They have their
Wow, that's a classic. Like,
sex
they're doing that in my
chatting.
generation.
Well, apparently the younger generation has a harder time with actually interfacing with people and having real relationships with people. They're used to having a relationship that is filtered through
Terrible,
a
but I
screen.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that people, as much as this doesn't, I don't want to like minimize it to this. I think people just don't have game anymore, and like I don't mean it that the people don't
I
like,
agree
know how
with
to be
you.
a player,
Right.
but people don't know how to flirt. People don't know how to, and I think a lot of it is a lot of men are afraid of being creepy or being predatory or whatever.
Yeah,
and
'cause then you'll get
and the
canceled.
thing is, if you are afraid of coming off that way and your intentions are pure, then you're good. I've legitimately been catcalled in a way that was so polite that I said thank you. Like it all, the way that you approach somebody, your intention, all of that reads. And like this guy literally screamed out the window something to the effect of "You look beautiful today."
That's all it takes.
Which which I can absolutely respond well to, as opposed to just somebody screaming the word "hey" or something stupid like
Yeah,
that.
I'll
hey,
put
baby.
it this way. My motto is to these young guys, I go, you guys don't know what you got. You're missing all these young girls like walking around on King Street, half naked, going to clubs. If you got any kind of game, any kind of, you're decent looking, a few dollars in your pocket, you're going to have a great time. I wish I was in my 20s. But they'd rather stay home and play video and talk online.
I think that they're scared. I think that younger women have really turned into these overinflated versions of themselves physically through plastic surgery, makeup, all these things. And then they've made themselves
Through the attention, everything, yeah.
No, but you make yourself really, really intimidating. And for this guy that maybe plays a lot of video games, doesn't have a ton of social skills, he's not going to want to approach a girl who he thinks is in his league, let alone somebody that's out of his league. And a girl that is in his league is going to look out of his league because she's basically got a drag queen's amount of makeup on her face to make herself look different. Like there's a lot of layers to all of this crap.
That's very complex now you mentioned that. Like just thinking, because a lot of the imagery, at least it comes up in my news feed when I look on social media, is like bombshell women who are all either made up or have a lot of, I don't know, filters on. So when I see a real girl, not to be confused with the real girl dolls, when I see a real girl, what is it? What is that? What is that? What is that? Like, it's like she's not pretty, right? Because she doesn't look like the filter Instagram girl.
Yeah. A lot of the Europeans, I like them because they have that natural look, boobs, everything, right? The ones here, like Sabrina said, they're all, I don't know if they're real, they're fake.
It's not. See, I'm not even talking about the boobs as much. Where, like, of course, that is 100%.
Their whole.
It's the whole package. But like
package.
the shit that you can do, even just with makeup, without getting surgery done, these girls can make themselves look like completely
So this is a bad
different
thing,
people.
right?
Pardon?
This is a bad thing.
I don't think it's a good thing.
I think it's a bad thing.
I think it's a bad thing.
You
What
guys
Like,
are
you know me,
learning.
I'm not wearing any makeup right now.
is it doing to women's self-esteem as well?
But
Like
what
if
about the
you're-
guys not learning how to go out and be social and be men? Like, what's this nonsense about, hello on the computer, where anybody can do it?
Well, I
Listen.
mean, there's intimidation, and then there's just never learning those skills. It depends on who the person is.
But everybody's
why-
going to get, if you ask 100 girls, 99 are going to say no. That's just the way it is for guys. Eventually, one is going to say yeah. Like,
well, yeah, if you
girls have it easier than guys. Girls can get laid on the fucking subway if they want.
No, that's I hear what
They
you're
might
saying.
have standards, but they can just get laid
yes.
immediately.
whereas men have no standards,
And we
whereas the
still
women do
can't.
have
But
standards, so they can't
sex
get.
is fundamentally different for men and women, which is a blanket statement.
Big
There
time.
are exceptions,
Big
but
time.
sex is extremely different for men and women. Of course, I could go out and get laid right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to go out and get laid. I
Yeah,
want to have
it means-
sex with
yeah.
somebody that I respect, that I feel respected by, that I trust. Like I don't want to. I'm just like not in the market for go out and bang.
The wham bang, thank you, man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but even if I wanted that right now, for me to actually go to a bar and try it, what are the odds of it actually going to work?
I don't fucking know.
What, picking up?
Yeah, like you don't always pick up. It's not fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken delivery.
No.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes like a fishing trip, you go out and
That's what I like about
you
it.
throw
The
your
hunt.
best game out.
The hunt is the whole purpose.
Yeah, and you might not even get any
And if you don't,
fish.
even if you don't get anything, it's okay because you had a good time.
Right.
Like, what do you get out on the computer? Nothing.
No.
At least I'm out in a club talking. Oh, I made her laugh. I got her. She's funny. She likes me. Or she thinks I'm an idiot. All good.
You never know, though. I mean, there are these people that are like catfish that sit at home on the computer pretending to be other people that are better looking,
Yeah,
and
that's crazy,
they'll
too.
have ongoing relationships with 15 people, so they can sit at home and be adored
Yeah.
and loved and showered with compliments and sometimes cash all day, just sitting in the privacy of their own home, being on the internet. Everybody finds a different way to
Yeah.
Get off.
get what they want and to get off,
Yeah,
for sure.
That's why this whole new generation shit like that, it's terrible.
Yeah, but like that example you gave, then what happens to that person when they try to get into a real, like they
They're
actually want a
fucked.
real
They're all
relationship?
fucked. They're all mentally fucked.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, if that's been your
Plan
lifestyle,
or game attack or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Plan of attack.
Oh, like if you're a catfish?
yeah.
Oh,
if you're a
well-
catfisher, I guess.
So what's she doing? She just
Yeah.
sits at home waiting for me to call, and then she
No.
lies to me to send her money.
No, so a catfish is somebody who uses other people's pictures.
But don't I want to meet her?
Yeah.
Eventually?
But
Yeah,
they'll play
you do. Okay, so say I was catfishing you.
Okay.
So pretend I'm like really fucking ugly and busted and like 70 years old.
Okay.
Okay, and then I go and I take pictures
Of the sunshine girl you used.
No, I'll take pictures. I'll take pictures of Effie, for instance,
Okay.
who we had on the other day.
Okay.
So I'll take Effie's pictures, post them. She posts like sexy pictures that are
gotcha.
available on the internet
So now
because
I'm
of what she
believing
does.
you're Effie.
So now all of a sudden, so now you believe I'm Effie. So I can get you to tell me, "Oh my God, baby, you're so beautiful. Good morning. How are you?" I can get you emotionally waiting on me hand and foot. And in addition,
Maybe not me, but okay. Yeah,
no.
go on.
So the proverbial you, right? So I can get somebody to wait on me emotionally, hand and foot, and then potentially send me money
But what
as
about
well.
the meat? When's saying I say I want to meet you?
But then I do this with
Stall.
so it's not just you. It's you, it's Reimer, it's Pat, it's everybody. There's I got 10, 15 people that I'm doing this to. So I'm getting emotionally fulfilled. So if you tell me that you want to meet, what do I do? I got into a car accident. My car.
the bullshit, yeah.
Then here comes the bullshit.
My bills. I need some money for my bills. I would love to come.
So then
And
it
a
goes back
great
to Reimer's
excuse, and then a great excuse in those cases is, the transmission on my car blew. I have no idea how much that costs, but say I need like $2,000.
expensive, yeah.
It's expensive, right? So I'd say I need $2,000. Oh well, and then you tell me I don't have $2,000 for you, and I go, okay, you don't have $2,000 for me. What about do you have 200 for me? And then I contact 10 other
This
dudes.
is without even meeting you.
And this is 100% without even
Yeah.
meeting me, based on Effie's pictures.
Do we talk or do we just text?
It
Both.
depends. It's situation by
A
situation.
lot of girls don't want to talk.
And they're
They just-
usually a little bit away from you, like
If
maybe
I
in
w-
Florida or.
Like if I was a dude, I
Well,
wouldn't
they
talk to you.
use fake area codes now, so.
But if I was a dude, I wouldn't talk to you. But because I'm a girl, I could talk to you because I have a female's voice, and it doesn't matter if it's.
I understand, yeah. But
But-
again, once like Reimer said, what happens in 5 years when your little game is over? Like mentally you had enough of it. What do you do now? How do you, psychologically, you're probably all,
That's when karma kicks in, because you've emotionally been damaging people for how long,
now you
and
get
now
it
all of
back
a sudden,
yourself.
the thing that
Yeah.
you've been wanting for all this time, and the reason why you've been deceiving people is because you want to have relationships with them, but it's all been a lie. Now the result of that is that you don't have the ability to have real
it all
relationships.
comes down to my thing, timeline.
I had a girlfriend whose family lived in Saskatchewan, and her sister, the time we were dating, was catfished in the most ridiculous way, where she was communicating online with somebody in the States, and they were so deeply in love.
Was she good looking?
Sister was hot, yeah.
And she fell in love with this
She
guy.
fell in love with this dude, and she ended up sending some money down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
A girl sending money to a guy.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then she said, and then the guy that
Kind of
was
nice to hear that for a change.
no, this story's got a
but-
happens.
ridiculous plot twist, because the guy whom she I think never talked to on the phone, but left a voice message one time, and like because they couldn't pay
That's the
their
number
cell
one
phone
hint
bill.
right there. That's the right. If you don't have time to talk, you
Yeah.
know there's a red flag.
She knew
Yeah.
there was something fishy when this came up. The guy was going to come to Canada to visit Saskatchewan, and he's on his way up. He gets sick,
Yep.
so his sister comes instead.
Oh, it
His
was
His
sister.
sister spent like
it was
a
the sister
week.
the whole time.
Yeah, it was the sister the whole time. The sister
She
goes
stayed in
back.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, the sister talks about, oh, I heard so much about you. So the sister's
Yeah,
this dude.
sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, you can't see me, but you can see my friend or my cousin or my sister
Yeah.
or my
So
whoever."
what did the sister do?
And
then?
then and then the sister, quote unquote, is the actual
Got it.
person.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so-
the boyfriend who couldn't come up was in the hospital because of the American healthcare system. She started dishing out, like I think at that time, like maybe 5-10 grand. Like it was a lot of fucking
Wow.
money.
So because the sister came up here, this girl.
Yeah, and her
played
sister also like pitched. Now she knew the family, and she saw family photos and shit
She's
like
all
that.
in this girl. This girl's smart, eh?
Yeah,
The-
She had nothing better to do either.
These people are really,
And how old was she?
Yeah.
again? Sorry to interrupt you, Sabrina.
oh man, she was like, I don't know, I think like 23, 24.
See, where do you get that kind of mind to go all the way to Canada, Saskatchewan,
Yeah,
which is nobody even knows where that is? I bet.
That's fucking
No.
bonkers.
and
It was
to
ridiculous.
lie. Okay, my brother can't. I'm coming in his place.
yeah.
For what?
The family thought it was strange, man. Like the family was like, so a couple of people
But they
talked to
kept
her.
going because of that.
Yeah,
If you're in love with, because that's what happens is these people that are using fake pictures, will fall in real love with these people sometimes.
possible?
And then
Yeah.
they want to go and they want to be with them, even if they have to pretend that they're, cousin John.
I hear you. I just can't picture you being that weak mentally
Man.
to fall in love with a person you never even said hello to.
Yeah, but not everybody.
What's
not
online
everybody
dating,
is, raised with such like a stiff household as you had. Some
Anyways.
people are a little bit softer. I got catfished.
No, what was your experience?
Let's take a couple of minutes, listeners, and we'll be
Okay.
back with Sabrina's catfish story. Sorry to interrupt, but need that washroom.
Cliffhanger.
I know I got to pee so bad.
Hey listeners, Sabrina here. Baby, it is cold outside, but all we want for Christmas is some of your downloads. Share, like, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Take your weird cousin into the garage at Christmas. Smoke a joint. Tell them about the podcast. Live your life. Merry Christmas. Love everybody here at Blowhard.
Welcome back, listeners. I believe Sabrina left us with a cliffhanger. Is that what it's called? Cliffhanger?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, I lied to a girl one time and told her I was at the Hard Rock Cafe downtown, that I was an extra in the movie Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. That was his body double climbing on the mountains. And she believed me. Well, I was in really good shape when I was in my early 30s.
Okay.
I can see
Like
that.
I had rips. Like if you had extra laundry, you do it on my stomach.
Okay.
That's how I was. I'll show you a picture if you don't believe me.
I believe you.
So I told her, like, I used to be the guy grabbing the mountains, and I was like the back shot. She
Yeah.
goes, wow, like she's just so stupid. She actually believed me. But back then, there was like a lot of
See,
people.
you know what's funny is you say stupid, and it's like, or this is just like a genuinely kind-hearted, open, trusting person. Like this fucking idiot.
All right, okay, I won't be so mean. They all came
Fair
from.
enough.
They all used to come from the States to watch the Phantom of the Opera that was located right next to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Right.
Which I used to hang out at. It was a pretty good point for me to measure like my craft of the hunt, of the lies, the games. I was really good at it. And I told her I was the cliffhanger guy.
Yeah.
And she believed it. It's like, come on, man. Like, where did I get that from?
Sorry, I've never heard anybody that just used Stallone as they're like, hey, I'm still
No, I
body
was the guy doing the mountain scenes because,
Right.
because I'm in such good shape. She was impressed.
Yeah.
But I've also taken a friend of mine used to take girls pick them from the bar, take a drive to a house in what's that, Bridle Path?
Yeah.
Pull into the driveway and say, fuck, the lights are on. They're home. They're not supposed to be there. Fuck. I guess we got to come back next time. So we'll just grab a room tonight. And she's like, I hit the jackpot with this guy. This house is worth $10 million. In the meantime, she goes, the guy lives probably in a fucking basement apartment by himself and jerks off.
My God.
Wow.
And that's his style. And I looked at the guy and go,
Disgusting.
was a pretty smart guy.
That's disgusting.
It is when you're trying to kick game with a
Why
young
was
man.
it
with-
disgusting? But on the other hand, she was willing to go to the house, and because he has money, willing to go down on him.
Yeah.
That's not disgusting?
But she's being forthright.
Is she? But like,
Pause. Check your battery.
I told you not to do that, man.
I just want to see your power.
Do I have power?
Yeah, you're back. Sorry, you're
Yeah.
back. Okay.
So I don't even know what to do.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
dude, but is she, on the other hand, how do we know she's not playing game on the other side? Like, he thinks he may have picked up, let's say, a 10 or 11, and it turns out she's just also living at home in the basement.
Exactly. She could be one of those people who's wearing all this makeup who looks like somebody that's not real.
Right.
Well, the bottom line to the story is he picked out that girl, and he had a pretty good plan. Drive up to just a house on the Bridle Path and pretend. And it was pretty, I don't know, I guess it is low, but it's also pretty smart. It's not catfishing like you do it on the computer. At least he's face to face. I don't know. I thought it was a smart idea. What other example was I going to give? But then I forgot. Anyways, your story was the cliffhanger.
Jesus.
Let's get to your cliffhanger before I tell you about the Microsoft guy.
Yeah, but I got catfished. I met this guy online. His pictures were all really like quirky. He looked like a quirky woodsman kind of a guy, and I was like, all right, interesting. And then one of the pictures you could see he was like holding this goat.
Oh my God.
I know.
Go on.
I was
Yeah,
really apprehensive to tell this story because I had some of that coming my way.
No,
But
the goat.
but you could like see that he was like you could tell that he had abs, and I was like,
So it's like a stock picture with a model.
No, it wasn't. It was like a candid picture. It didn't look like a stock photo at all. So his pictures, they all looked legit. They all looked real.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of his, you couldn't really tell what his face looked like. And I was like, oh, maybe this guy's like kind of busted, but like whatever. He seems funny enough.
And you're sending him all your shit?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like your face, your information?
Yeah, I like had a profile.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Was
so
this on a dating site or was this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we started talking, and I was like, there's something weird about this guy, and he was just an absolutely brilliantly slick prick.
Okay, I like that. But why? How?
I can't really. Well, I felt like completely taken advantage of, and it was like pretty severely emotionally damaging.
Okay, for that,
so if you could not
I don't want to
hyperlock,
make
that
fun
would
of
be
that.
great.
But did he fool you into like actually like sending him money or stuff?
I didn't send him any money.
Did he ask?
No.
Okay.
But like I did, like our conversations got really sexual, which is not the way that I operate ever. But this guy managed to talk me into having these conversations.
Via the phone or text?
Over text.
Yeah, they never want to talk, yeah.
And he didn't want to talk, but he would leave me voice notes. And I started to get all of these little red flags. And I was like, I don't think that this guy is real. I'm starting to think.
So he
this
would
is
give you a
real.
voice note? What's a voice note? Like he would record himself talking to you?
You've sent me a voice note before, yeah.
Yeah, but I do it because I just don't want to type out the whole paragraph.
Yeah.
So why was he doing it?
Yeah.
So,
Who fucking knows, right?
What were your red flags?
Just, things like video chatting and his.
he didn't want to video chat?
Or you did?
He said that he would, and then he just like wouldn't schedule it with me. Anyway,
That's weird.
Yeah. So finally, I just kept getting more and more convinced. He also told me that he was crazy tall. He told me that he was 6'7", and I was just like, that's not real. That's not like but to be fair, I have a cousin who is.
Well, I'm 6'2". Like it's
6'7" was NBA.
But 6'7"
Yeah.
is fucking huge. But that said, I have a cousin who is 6'8". So like these people exist.
Of course,
Yeah.
and it's
So-
not that bad. They're not 7-footers.
They're not. Yeah. They're not
So
an anomaly.
anyway,
Pat, you're
just,
short.
like, pictures that he sent me and things that he said to me and then finally I showed a picture that he sent to me to a friend of mine, and I was like, there's no fucking way.
And how long is this going on for?
Maybe 2 months.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Now that you're saying it, I don't think it was that long. I think it might have been closer to a month.
Even that's a long time for him not to want to get on the video and see you.
But
Yeah,
and
if you
also
like somebody.
another part of it was that
I would.
it was around the holidays, and so he was out of town. And he was like, "Oh,
That's
I
a good
can't."
excuse.
He's like, but which ended up being true that he was actually out of
Always
town.
out of town.
But yeah, and then I would ask him, I'd be like, "Oh, when you get back, I have this thing I want to take you to," and anyway, and then he would just he'd be really aloof about making plans. So anyway, finally, I showed a friend of mine one of his pictures, and I was like, this is the weirdest message, because he sent me a picture that was shot from overhead over his shoulder of a smoothie bowl and like him like at breakfast and like his abs. And I was like, why do you
Wow.
have and he just said yummy healthy breakfast or some shit like that. And I was like, this is really insulting to my intelligence. Like this is insane.
I don't get it. Like what was he did that picture for what?
Well, that's the fucking question, right? So he sent me this and was just like healthy breakfast, and I was like,
Okay,
first of
yeah,
all,
yeah.
this is super random, and second of all, why would somebody take like a DSLR photograph over your shoulder of your smoothie bowl?
Maybe he had a selfie
Yeah.
stick and it was going like this.
No, anyways,
But he's showing his abs, so he's trying to draw
Trying to be
attention to his
sexual.
selfie
Is that what he was
stick.
trying to do?
it was casual sexual. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just like
Implied.
accidentally sexual right now. I didn't even know I was being sexual,
Yeah.
which is what a lot of girls on Instagram do. But anyway, so I showed a friend of
Here's my
mine.
thong.
I showed a
Sorry.
friend of mine, and she was like, that looks like an ad. She's like, that looks like sponsored content. And I was like, it does. And I had done
Sponsored for what? For the yogurt?
yes, for the yogurt. Anything, any facet of it. So what I ended up doing, I had taken his pictures earlier when I had first started suspecting that he was a catfish, and I had done a Google reverse image search.
I was just going to suggest that. Yes.
They always do that right away, but go on.
Right, so I did that, and nothing came up. But by the time I had seen this fucking smoothie bowl, he had sent me a handful more pictures. So I showed my friend. She goes, "That looks like sponsored content," which is like an Instagram influencer's, like, you know, fucking
wearing
buy
whatever.
PC brand, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
And so I did a Google reverse image search on that one, and it was selling yogurt. It was completely sponsored content. It wasn't him. The pictures that so I continued to do a little bit more research, obviously, went down the rabbit hole. This guy was a former NFL player who he was a Scottish former professional hockey player who was...
NFL or hockey?
Hockey, because he's in Scotland. I don't know if, I'm assuming...
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lives
Okay.
in... I don't fucking...
Doesn't matter. He plays sports. Okay.
He was a
Yeah.
professional hockey player living in Scotland who had retired and was currently doing mountain hiking guiding expeditions.
With goats. With goats.
This guy's got a lot of stuff going on.
And so because of that, because his profession is taking people on these hikes, he's got, he gets sponsored by yogurt companies, granola companies,
For
all
sure.
these different companies. So I found that guy on Instagram. I messaged him and he said...
That's not me.
well, obviously it's not him. And I was like, I just want to let you know that this is what's happening. He said, "You're not the first person to reach out to me. If you're ever in Scotland and you want to go for a hike, let me know." And I was like, I will book my
Jesus.
flight right now. I've been dreaming about you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I went back to the website and his profile was gone.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, so he's been reported. He's
Somebody-
clearly been reported by multiple women
Oh, I
who he's
see.
doing this to.
Right.
And yeah, so I told him basically, and because I watched the TV show Catfish so much, which is why I know all of this.
There's a TV show called Catfish?
Yeah, that's why I know all this stuff.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
So they,
To catch a catfish.
that's how I knew
But
about.
what was his goal here?
I have no idea. So, but because I knew this show, I knew that I knew how to play it. So I approached him really gently, and I was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you about something. Like, I know." Like, why isn't your profile up? And I'll never fucking forget, his response was, "I don't know, maybe too much abs, or like maybe the abs were too hot."
That's hilarious.
And I was like,
What an idiot,
I was
what
like,
a loser.
"Are you fucked?" So I gently, slowly was like, "Hey, I still want to talk to you, but there's something I want to talk to you about. I know that you're not the person in the pictures." And he was like, "How do you know?" So I found that person's Instagram. "Why would you do this?" And he said basically what I said earlier. "I'm not attractive. People don't want to talk to me." And I was like, "Okay, well,
So why don't you just go pay an escort?
Well, I mean, because this is a free game that he can play all
There's
day
no game
long.
there, man. That's a fucking waste of time. Yours and his.
Yeah, he's getting off on the
It's
game.
a waste of my time. It's not a waste of his time because he's getting off on the attention and affection and the sexual
I
messages
guess.
and images that he's getting.
I never
Yeah.
thought about that part. So
I've never sent a nude picture in my life, but I have sent like a few provocative pictures, and I sent them to him.
Wow.
And
For a guy you never met, I'm surprised. That's
yeah,
not your character.
it's not my character. I'm a pretty thick-skinned, mentally strong person. And I was talking to this person.
So why do you think you fell for this?
Because he was a con man. I fell for a con.
But his goal was never to get anything like at the beginning, right?
I
Maybe
think
just to get photos.
it's
to get a
nude.
picture of your boob?
It's the photos. It's the sexual conversations. It's the attention. It's the affection. It's the ego boost. It's the entertainment value.
Yeah,
Yes, I
and I've
guess.
heard of images either being sold or just put online that both men and women, but mostly women, when they do this kind of stuff, you send the nude. Next thing you know, it's on like, a porn site.
Well, that's why now they have the escorts guys are taping their sessions and they're uploading them to the websites. For what reason? Who knows?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't show his face. He's just basically showing his small dick. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, there was one guy that was on an episode of Catfish who was using pictures and videos that he stole from somebody's OnlyFans and using them to con men out of their money to punish them for being on OnlyFans in the first place. Like, these people are fucking twisted in the head, and
Yeah.
it makes
So
no
there's
sense.
men on
They
OnlyFans?
justify it.
No, so this guy is using pictures of a woman.
And a lot of
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm so confused.
So it's a man catfishing
He was
other men.
pretending to be a woman. Jesus, these people are fucked.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want to be a different gender. Sometimes people want the benefits of being a different gender. Sometimes people want to be a different race or a different level of attractiveness.
You know what? Bottom line is, if we talk in one day and you don't willing to give me a time to have a 2-minute phone call because you're busy, whatever bullshit,
Yeah.
you're already in my book done.
People are afraid to be on the phone now,
Yeah.
though.
She doesn't want to come on the phone. Why? Oh, I can't talk right now. Okay, when can you talk? At your convenience, I'm available. Oh, I don't know. I guess maybe tomorrow. And then they never call. And it's
Yeah.
like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that guy actually caught me at a really, really vulnerable time.
usually
in my
that's when
life.
stuff
Now
like
that
this
I'm thinking
works.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
fucking
again,
bonkers.
he puts in a lot of effort just to, I don't know. Like,
It's been a long time since those Nigerian princes
that's
of
we talked about this
the early
before.
days of the internet. Yeah. Now
But,
it's trying to sell some sex to a lonely generation who probably doesn't have the communication skills, plus older people who are not familiar with the nuances of the internet.
yeah, that's how you can fool the old people. I always thought it would be the girl fucking with the guy, not a guy fucking with the girl.
Oh my God, no, not at all. It happens. Guys do this all the fucking time.
With fake stuff, with fake pictures.
Yes,
Stallone's body double.
they'll
But at least
pretend
I
that
did
they're
that- I
Stallone's
did that to
body
the-
double. Thank you, fucking Pat. Thank
See,
you.
that was me being a character. Like,
Oh, that was me being a character? No, that was you being a liar who wanted to get pussy.
well, I don't know if I was a liar. I probably could have.
What do you mean you don't know? Were you in that
I
movie?
wasn't
Did
in
you
the,
do
I
that?
wasn't in the movie, but I
Then
could
you're
have
a
been.
liar.
If they happened to fucking check it out, they would have seen the body. They would have said, okay, let Julian in.
No, you know what wouldn't have been a lie is if you were like, I could have played that guy. That's not a lie. But say I did play that guy, that's a lie because you want to get pussy.
I guess, but it was a good story and it worked good. I don't know. Like, again, I'm talking to your face. Now it's up to you to make up the right call.
Yeah, you're telling lies to my face.
But you should be smart and say,
But
okay.
the girl wants to believe she may be innocent and going, oh man, this guy seems like
They're
everything.
not
I've been
innocent.
Plus,
She
he's an actor.
fucking, she goes, okay, he's probably, why would he lie about that? Because it was such a creative lie. Who the fuck would make up a lie like that?
Exactly.
Smart people like me. There's a way to lie.
So
and
you
there's
were
a way-
hustling, and she was getting hustled.
Yes, I don't even know if I banged her or not. Probably not.
Say you did.
No, I don't lie about shit like that. I don't even remember. But the whole point is I did tell her about the Stallone thing because I was ripped, and she goes, yeah. And that was all.
So, okay,
Another fun fact. You know those cameras you used to have? Those ones you have that they take the,
Polaroid?
not Polaroids, but the ones disposable cameras.
Yeah.
We went to Buffalo to watch out of the Montreal play Buffalo. I was bombed. So I went back and took all these pictures. And I went to my buddies, you should see, man, I was making out with Pamela Anderson. You know how fucking hot this girl was? They're like, where is she? I go, I don't know. Anyways, we came back home, developed the pictures. Wow, was I wrong, man.
Oh my God.
No.
I was prettier than the girl. Like, this girl was fucking like if I'm prettier than you, you got a problem, man.
No.
And I'm telling everybody she's Pamela Anderson. She's fucking beautiful. And when I'm looking at the pictures going, wow. See how much that I drank to be thinking that
Yeah.
she wasn't even close to Pamela. She was like, I don't even want to get evil, but she looked more like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah.
If it wasn't for booze,
Oh,
nobody
that
would
was
get
a good
laid.
booze thing because I was in my mind thought I scored a heavy Pamela Anderson.
Jesus.
But that's how funny I guess the booze is. But anyways, that was a good
That's what
story.
it'll do.
Yeah. You're only a bottle of Jack away from Pamela Anderson.
Fuck. Well, when guys tell you they drank, they don't remember what happened. That was one of those days like, okay. But I kept going around telling everybody she was the best looking girl ever.
Yeah. That's almost like being catfished by booze.
Catfish by your own fucking brain.
Yeah.
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 Well,
And ego. It's
you
like,
watch
no. I got a good one. Like, I don't think you did.
When you watch Catfish, is it like 50-50 men and women?
they're like cheaters.
Pardon?
Like the show Cheaters.
Oh, they're bringing cheaters back.
Oh, that was okay. That wasn't me there.
But
But I seen her mouth on your dick. No, that wasn't me. No. Is that what they do on that show?
what? I haven't watched Cheaters in forever, but what was your question about catfish?
Like you said.
Oh, is it 50-50 men and women?
Yeah.
That's
TV.
a,
They got to even it out somehow.
that's a hard question to answer because they sort of cover the full spectrum of gender identity.
Okay.
So you've got people that are like male, female, transgender, gay, bi.
It's TV. They want to
It's-
make sure they got it all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's inclusive and it's people, there's your problems. This is a problem that fucking people come across right, left, and center. What's funny, so I can't really say. I would say it probably is about a 50-50. I can't
Yeah.
think of
Or
one that sticks
12,
out
12,
more
12,
than
12.
the other. Yeah,
How old are these people?
all ages.
You know what? I'm going to sit here and no comment. I just don't get it. I don't get what you fucking get out of it. If not, if you send me a picture, what do I do? Jerk off? Big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're not the most emotional person, and a lot of
and
this.
I know. I guess it's hard to put yourself in that position.
And a lot of
in
the
mind
reason why
of that
people do
person.
this stuff is to have
For that,
emotional
yeah,
needs
yeah.
fulfilled. Yeah.
Yeah, we started off with our first, and then we've ended off with catfishing.
Fucking social media again, man.
Yeah.
Britney Spears ruined everything with the thong.
What the fuck did you just say?
Oops. I
Britney
did it
Spears
again.
ruined everything with a
With a
thong?
school girlfriend outfit, everybody all of a sudden, that was the first video that got everybody, all the teenage boys horny at the
What about
time.
Madonna back in her heyday?
Okay, forget about it, man. You know what? Madonna is
Yeah.
an older person. Let's,
She is now, but
Let's
she
not-
wasn't
let's
like
not blame
20, 30
Britney
years
Spears.
ago.
no, but Britney Spears was the one everybody remembered, like, you know, with the school girlfriend. Like, remember, we never had porn and stuff like that. So it was.
I remember Madonna put out a photo.
back with
our
fucking
photo.
Madonna again. You
Brand new.
infatuated with Madonna or something?
Yeah, actually, I used to have a little crush on Madonna.
Okay, so you don't want to hear the Britney Spears psychological?
Yeah, what's the
But I got a little
what's
crush
the
on
theory?
Britney Spears too. Go ahead.
Didn't that video inspire the man, the generation of the young guys, like with her dancing and look?
Dude, that's always been music and music videos.
Yeah, but wasn't she the first one that comes to your head?
No.
I put Madonna.
Yeah.
You know what, Reimer and Pat? Both of you suck a dick.
All right.
You put
Or
fucking
one of
Madonna
Madonna's
into
metallic titties in her heyday.
it. Anyways, on this note, we're out. But before we go out, I apologize. Let's subscribe. Please like the episode. Please download the episode. Hopefully, we're enjoying doing this. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying listening to this as much as we enjoy doing it. I believe we're doing well. I believe the content is everybody happy. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm sort of losing my words. But at the end of the day, don't laugh at me. Bottom line is like, subscribe, download. And Julian's out.
Reimer.
Sabrina.
We're out, listeners. Have a great week.